views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and do not necessarily reflect the official policies or positions of City World Media, LLC, or its affiliates. All shows are produced with full participant consent. City World Media does not claim ownership of any third-party music featured and uses all tracks only with proper permissions or licenses granted by their respective rights holders. City World Media operates in accordance with fair use and digital broadcast guidelines on all platforms. From my city to your world, we are City World. Thank you for watching.
What's goody, man? It's your buzzing cousin GhostBoogie. Check it out. Welcome into another edition of B-Boys Underground. This is a special night. We have got basically an event. We're keeping the focus right here in Denver this time. The Hip Hop Summit Denver returns September 5th at the Black Box for its third year, bringing together MC, DJing, breaking, graffiti, knowledge, fashion, vendors, family, and the wider community. What began as an idea around Jared DePaulo's photos from 1990s New York graffiti grew into a full all elements event. Tonight I'm joined by multiple of the original organizers, including Adam Clark, BJ Quarles, DJ MooreLove, and more, helping move the summit forward and keep Denver hip-hop connected. I appreciate each and every single one of these folks for being here live with us tonight. And without further ado, let's bring them on into the screen. Welcome everyone. Thank y'all so much for being a part of B-Boys Underground. I hope y'all are doing well. And again, welcome in, man. This is dope. The Hip Hop Summit Denver, third year, 2026, man. So what we always do and how we kick it off is basically we ask everyone, basically to give us what their first memory is that they have associated with hip hop. And I want to pitch it to you, Adam. Introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are, and then go and let us know what your first memory that you have associated with hip hop, why it was, or how it made such an important impact in your life, and brings you all the way to where you are here today.
Thank you, Ghost. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
My name is Adam. I'm one of the organizers of Hip Hop Summit, and I do Colorado street art. So I'm coming from the graffiti side, but I love hip hop, and I'm really ashamed to say this is pretty corny, but my first memory of hip hop, my first CD, I was maybe 6 or 7, was Vanilla Ice, and it was like so hype to me, and I really got into it. And I moved on to better stuff, but I have to say, Vanilla Ice is my first hip hop memory.
I got you. I got you. How old were you when that happened?
I mean, when his first album came out, was that 89, 90? I
Yes.
was probably six
Yeah, I
or
think.
7 years old.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For sure. Understood. And then, so what was the next thing that you had moved on to, from there? What was the next thing that, you got into, like the next group or, groups that got your attention and you really got deep into?
The first hip hop group I really got into was Wu-Tang in high
Okay.
school. Very influential on me. So I really got into Wu-Tang and all of the different projects they did. Um, and from there, like, my favorite group of all time is Dead Prez. I'm a big fan of them. A lot of political type stuff. Dead Prez, The Coup, Immortal Technique.
Yeah.
Really solidified, I think, my love for hip hop um, in high school. But yeah, so much more from there. More recently, I've got into more classic hip hop and going to
Okay.
the origins. Um, but yeah.
Dope. Absolutely. That's dope. That's dope. What about you, Miss DJ MooreLove? Tell me about, give everybody an introduction and tell them who you are, and then also what's your first memory that you have associated with hip hop. Can you hear me? Let's move on to DJ Moore or DJ Mood. Can you hear me?
BJ?
BJ, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
So go ahead if you could give me, basically an introduction and also your first memory that you have associated with hip hop.
I'm BJ. I have a promotion group by the name of Moods R&B, but it's not just stuck to R&B. I'm one of the co-founders of the Hip Hop Summit. Jared DePaulo and I created it in 2024, and after we had decided that it was going to be an all elements hip hop, we quickly brought Adam along, who helped found the basis of what it's become, what it has been, and what it's becoming. And for me, I'm a 70s child, so hip hop and I grew up together. I quite literally was raised on hip hop, as many lyrics have said. That is absolutely my life. I have many hip hop memories from youth. MTV was our world, and all of the original videos, Run DMC and Rapper's Delight, and of course, Aerosmith with Run DMC was a bit of a big thing.
Walk This Way.
Yeah. When Blondie did her song,
Rapture.
yeah, man, that was like the first big commercial stuff when we knew what we were doing in the streets was becoming a little bit more, you know, because I'm from the East Coast, so you know I'm not
Where
from
you
New
at
York.
from
I'm from
originally?
PA. I'm from Pittsburgh, but I did
Okay.
live in New York also, so you know
Are you a
it's
Steelers
a
fan?
heavy influence.
Are you a
You know, I got
Steelers?
to be honest with you. I read books and listen to music. I
All
never
right,
really
right
got
on.
into the sports thing.
Good answer. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm a sports fan, but you know, I'm a Bengals fan, but you know, hey
yeah.
man.
But
Nah,
I would
dope.
say my first two big groups and albums were probably, in all honesty, simultaneously, it would have been NWA and the Beastie Boys. Those came out, you know, about the same year, really. 70, I think 87 and 88. The single of the NWA came out in 87, but
Yeah.
those were the first like tapes like that I would play and could sing every single lyric, you know.
License to Ill, and then was it the Easy E album, the first Easy E album that you're mentioning and referring to?
Yeah, well, I mean,
or
the
and the
NWA
Posse.
album. Yeah. The single was, I think, Eazy-E and the Posse, right? But when they
Yeah.
put out the full album, it was NWA. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Dope. Yeah, man. So you're like my age then too. So yeah, you grew up with it all. You know, that's dope. What about you, DJ Reem Burgundy? If you could let us know a little bit about who you are, and then also, you know, your first memory that you have associated with hip hop, and take us to where you are today.
Nope.
Can't hear you. Let's see here. You're muted.
Can
I
you,
got you. Now
you
we
got
can
me?
hear. Now, yeah, I unmuted you, fam.
Okay, cool. DJ Reem Burgundy out of North Philadelphia, South New Jersey. Been here in Colorado since the year 2003. I'm low key retired. I don't, you know, I'm not interested in entertaining drunk people no more. I don't DJ past 9 p.m.
I
because
love
I have
it.
a 10 p.m. curfew. So hip hop, oh Lord, I grew up inside of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say that I am hip hop. No, I grew up inside of it, and this is my first memory that I can remember right now. Like growing up inside of it, I can't even remember my first memory. You know what I'm saying? I really can't. But I'll say the most impactful for me was going to the Budweiser Superfest with my uncle when I was about 12 or 13. And we were sitting like it was the Spectrum in Philadelphia. It was a big stadium. It was the basketball stadium.
Yeah,
And
the
we were
old school
watching,
Spectrum.
yeah, we was watching all the artists come. Eric B came in his Rolls Royce. Redhead Kingpin had a red Jeep with the doors and everything off. Like, you know, and me and my uncle just kind of sat back to the side. Instead of being super fans and fanatics, he was sitting back there schooling me to game. You know what I mean? Explaining how this is a business and look at the influence, you know what I mean? The influence, you know, so that was my most impactful memory. But I got so many memories, bro. We'll be here for days.
Nah, that's dope though. I mean, that's cool, and it's funny that, you know, or not funny, but that's dope that you had an uncle that was, you know, basically getting you hip on game and letting you know, like, hey, this is a business, this is an industry, and giving you the inner workings too, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. Now, I have a cousin who he's a manager. He started out managing Meek Mill, but he's managing Glorilla right now.
okay,
And he started out throwing shows. And another very impactful moment for me, because I was always a fan of hip hop. I just love the music, right? He has a show with Lil Kim at a club called I can't remember the name of this club downtown Philadelphia. But he had a concert in there. He had Lil Kim in there, and I'm like in the front of the crowd, like rocking out, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? And she's reaching down, at the crowd, and I'm reaching up for her hand, slapping her hand. I look over, and my cousin is standing on the side of the stage, looking at me, just shaking his head, like, boy, like relax, because I learned that. Well, I'll just say I seen the pictures of him and Little Kim after the show, and it was, he had a different mind state. I was a fan. You know what I'm saying? I was a fan, and again, it was impactful because it just let me know, like, okay, wait a minute. I know he's a fan, but like, why are you not allowed to be excited and show your excitement? And it just opened my mind to like how different people move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I feel you. So he was more stoic in regards to.
Hey man, I love it. That was the thing. Like me retiring, it gave me a chance to step back and become a fan again because I fell out of love with music. Music is hip hop. I used to listen to hip hop therapeutically, right?
Okay.
Like I'm sure you guys did. But today,
Still do.
this music. If kids are listening to it therapeutic, we have to understand why the crime rates are rising. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't today we don't have the balance that we had back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had NWA, we had Luke Skywalker back in the day, but we also had X-Clan. We also had Public Enemy. We also had Boogie Down Productions. You know what I'm saying? We had a variety. We had diversity. We don't have too much diversity in this culture right now.
There was no biting allowed.
Facts.
Yeah. Jay-Z kicked that in the butt, but we ain't gonna go on that. I just want to introduce myself. Salute. I'm honored to be here with you guys. To represent the Hip Hop Summit. I'm gonna show y'all the impact that the summit had on me. The summit is responsible for a lot of art in my apartment right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
This is to be able to have this in my place. Some straight, real graffiti art. This is a childhood dream. You know what I'm saying? And the Hip Hop Summit made it affordable for me. You know what I'm saying? Because, to have something like this on top of my bed, I'm thinking in my mind, shit, that in my mind, this is worth thousands. In my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the Hip Hop Summit was able to, bring it down for me, put it in a place where it was, affordable for me. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? To provide other people the same opportunities. You know what I'm saying? That really love this culture. So salute to everybody, and I'm honored, and I thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely, and I can second that. In regards to the impact that Scribble Jam had on me. Through the founding years that I was there and behind the scenes and doing my thing, helping out in any way that I could be, and just being there and soaking it up, was when I seen that you guys, because I'm just now getting better and being able to, get and be aware of the community and the culture in the local area. I was excited to see that there was an event like this happening, and was like, I have to make sure that not only do we get you guys on, but have an opportunity to do whatever I can to help promote and drive awareness and education. And hopefully, even if you folks are from out of town, you can plan your trip to come to Denver, because it's beautiful here. And, you've got something to come see on September 5th and everything like that. But DJ MooreLove, can you hear? Are you able to hear us? No. All right. Let's see here. Let me adjust your mic. So what we'll do is start off with the Adam. Basically, the first summit grew from Jared's idea to display photographs in the 1990s New York graffiti. Take us inside the first serious conversation where a photo exhibition became an all elements, hip hop event, or if that was, a question that's better directed towards BJ, let me know.
Probably BJ. My understanding was Jared kind of came to BJ originally and said, "Hey, I wanted to display my photographs," and BJ's connected in the music scene, so they started just developing this idea for a hip hop event. But those early conversations, yeah, BJ would best be able to address.
Gotcha. BJ, could you take it away for us?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. At that time, I was running a print company in Denver in the Santa Fe Art District, and Jared had a art studio in the Santa Fe Art District and used my company, and we had developed a relationship beyond business. And he asked me if I was willing to host an art show, because it was a big facility and I had enough room to accommodate it. And I had actually wanted to do things like that. I had offered up some of my space to communities and nonprofits for meetings and things like that in the past, and had broached the topics about doing art shows there in the past. He was just the first to take me up on it. And when he asked me and I said yes, he also asked me if I could book a DJ for it, because that's my world.
Yeah.
All of the DJs are my friends, and booking and promoting events is what I do. So after he had suggested that he wanted to book a DJ, he had mentioned that maybe he might want to have some people live perform. And then once he said that, and I started giving him his options, a mutual friend of ours by the name of Jonathan, known as Face Defeat Music, we started talking about having him come and do his what he calls the Beats Bodega, which is a beat and live cipher. How would you say, showcase? And once he kind of asked that third element, asking me about having actual rappers besides just simply a DJ, then I started pushing a little bit more, and I said, well, we might want to consider doing other things, and actually, now that I think about it, the first thing he asked me was if I could accommodate him having live graffiti artists, which I had the space to do that because I had a large outdoor space also. When he had suggested that was when we started to talk about having the live cipher and the beats, and then it just snowballed from there. Once he wanted to have live graffiti artists and asked me to book a DJ, then I started talking about having a live cipher and bringing Face Defeat music into it. And then I said, well, we got to have clothes, and we got to have an actual turntablist, not just a DJ playing music in the background. And then, of course, we started remembering more things, and I was like, oh, we got to have dancers. We got to have breakers. And a good friend of mine by the name of BJ the DJ was very close with the Bboy Factory, and so I reached out to him to make an introduction. And Ian from the Bboy Factory was extremely gracious and was into it from the get-go. He said the grassroots stuff was what he was all about, and immediately said yes. Didn't really know any details, so really he's been with us ever since the very beginning also. And then, we knew that the art component, the live performing artists doing graph writing, and the hanging art of pre-created pieces, we needed somebody more in the art world. And this snowballed within about a month's period of time. Jared came to me, showing me Adam's Facebook page and Instagram page for the Colorado street art, and said that he had already reached out to him and that he was extremely approachable about it. That Adam was a really a cool guy, and they had a lot of mutual friends within the art community, specifically the graphers, and that was really how it began. Immediately, I was like, absolutely, we need somebody else. This has already gotten too big for the two of us. So Adam was with us within a month, and the three of us just complemented each other perfectly.
That's dope. Absolutely. Man, you know, I love the way it came together, and it came together fast. It seems like, you know, just got everybody had the energy and the excitement about it. It just, you know, merged.
That first year was quick. BJ, what did we do that in like 2 months? Planned it out?
I think it was 3 months from when Jared and I started. It was 2 months from the time you got involved, and it might not even have been a whole 2 months. It came really quickly.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So Adam, how did you join in and fit into the picture?
So yeah, Jared hit me up one day. I think it was January. We had the event in March, and said that him and his partner BJ were working on this event. He had these graffiti photos, and he wanted to include Colorado graffiti photos, which I've been taking photos of Denver graffiti since 2012. So we just got going from there and started planning artists and all sorts of that. And then I've just been involved since. So this year more of a lead role, but it's coming together.
What was that like for you guys to, you know, lose one of the founding members of the organization? You know, like, how did you guys have to pivot?
It's been hard because Jared is high energy, and I think BJ and I are maybe a little more similar. And Jared's more of, he's an executive type person, so
Gotcha.
He likes to get things going. So the big shoes to fill, but we're getting by. I mean, we're trying to stay true to the original concept, which is hip hop block party, basically. So he's missed, but he's still there. I mean, he's still around. He's not still a stranger, but we've had some great help. I mean, Marcia, DJ MooreLove, has been involved from the start, and she's taking on a bigger role. Reem has. I don't think you were there the first year, but you were there last year.
Yeah, I was there last year. I was about to say lie. Don't lie. I ain't do nothing.
and then last year, Reem brought his barber chair, which was, I thought, so cool. Like, because fashion is a part of hip hop that we've always talked about, but never really put it out as much as the other elements. So this year, we're trying to get back into, you know, promoting fashion and hair as fashion. Marcia into that. But yeah, it's been different. We're at a different venue this year, and we don't have Jared, but it's basically the same event. Rappers, MCs, or rappers, DJs, graffiti artists, breakdancers, and then knowledge. Fashion.
Yeah.
Fashion culture. It's part of it. Hair, clothes. That's how Reem got involved. DJ Reem Burgundy was actually living in Oklahoma the first year. Otherwise, he would have been involved.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. And that's dope that you're actually bringing. And are you going to be doing cuts there as well?
Me and DJ MooreLove are getting our details. We're putting something together to have like I would say a hair presentation. I'm looking for a model where I can, cut a hair into an old school box or something like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? With some parts or something in it. I may have to if my son is off, he's 24. Oh no, he's 25. He stays up in Fort Collins. If he doesn't have to work, I'm gonna have him come down.
dope. And
But yeah,
someone in
I'm,
the
I'm on the hunt
comments,
right now for a model.
Mr. 365 said, basically bring back the high top box cut. Yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
if there's any models in the comments, hit us up. Let us know. Come on through.
Dope, man. Hell yeah. I gotta ask you as a barber, what's your weapon of choice, man? Like your clipper of choice. What's the do you have any type of brand
Hmm.
loyalty?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. None of them brands pay me. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest though. Be honest. My most valuable tool,
Yeah.
which pays me the most, is my straight razor.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
not a lot of people know how to work the straight razors. A lot of people, there's a few, I won't say a lot. There's a couple people that's out here that they're afraid of the straight razor because you can cause some damage with that thing. But
Yeah.
you know, it's been my bread and butter. I'm comfortable with it, and once I see, because I'm not a competition guy. I don't like competing. I seen that there was a void that needed to be filled with the straight razor, and I just hopped into it.
Yeah. And there was a long time. I know that in Ohio, there was, you had to have a special certification and all of that because, of course,
Hmm.
bloodborne illnesses and everything
Yeah.
are very much a concern, and using hygiene with that. I
Hmm.
call myself, at a home barber. I used to cut hair,
Uh huh.
just to whatever, but out of having a son and I've got twins, but one boy, luckily, my daughter, I don't have to cut her hair. But there's a brand that I do like is called TPOB.
Oh yeah. The pissed off barber.
The Pissed Off Barber brand,
Yeah.
they're actually they don't get into the hype and overcharge for the Stylecraft and Babyliss and all the other ones that want to
Yeah.
charge extra amount of money for blades and clippers and devices and everything like that. So I love barbering. I love the overall, just everything that's involved with it, and I definitely, your hair, your beard, whether you're a gentleman or a lady, it very much is one of the very first recognizable things that people see and recognize, when they meet you, your first impression. So that's dope that you guys are including that and have included that and looking to expand on that further. Uh, do we have your audio now? DJ MooreLove, can you hear us? Can you speak?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Nice.
It's
Absolutely. We hear
about
your
time.
amazing voice. So let us know, what is your first memory associated with hip hop? And basically, let us also know a little bit about you and what it is that you do. And of course, what your involvement in the event is as well.
Well, I'd like to say I am DJ More Love. This will be year 3 Hip Hop Summit Denver. Um, it's just everything. It's about the culture. It's about hip hop. It's the history of it, the love for the music, everything. So what I bring to it this year is 2 sets of music. So do I tell exactly what it is?
Yeah.
What my sets will entail?
Yeah.
Okay, I have
If
2
you feel like
sets. One
sharing.
set, I definitely feel like sharing. We got
All
the
right.
old school hip hop. Told you I love foundation hip hop. I'll take it back to Roxanne Shante. Shantae's Revenge. I
Yes.
just named, UTFO, Curtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash, Steady B, Schooly D. So I mean all of that. Then we're moving up to Rakim and all that good stuff. The second set is hip hop that's involving Caribbean culture. So that
Nice.
means anyone whose background is of the culture or born of. We're doing Busta Rhymes, Nicki Minaj, Foxy Brown, Cardinal Official. We can go on and on. So that's what it is. And then the
Fuji's.
new edition, definitely Lauryn Hill repping Haiti. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, what else? Yes, we're also bringing the fashion of hip hop. I'm a licensed hairstylist of 20 years, licensed in Pennsylvania and Colorado, have over 30 years experience. So
Nice.
we're gonna bring that old school feel, the up to date feel. We're gonna do well. I'll leave that. I'll leave that as a teaser. But we're gonna have a nice fashion edition representing its natural hair salon, in which I work during the day, 3333 South Tamarack Drive, in the Phoenix Suites, Suite 122. Also representing Locks in Colorado. So that's what it is that I'm bringing. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the B-boy dance off. I'm looking forward to the cipher with Face. Yes, DJ Face. I'm looking forward to the eats. All of that good stuff. The culture round 3. That's pretty much it.
Dope. Dope. Now, you folks have made an emphasis on it being a family event, right? So for everyone to bring, the entire family along. And, with hip hop being, something that, if how do you guys balance just for the folks that's watching, balance the culture and being true to the culture, knowing that sometimes there could be, a mature subject matter and, in regards to like ciphers and
Yep.
everything like that. How do you balance that with the family vibe and feel?
Well,
If you,
last
oh,
year
go ahead.
we made a point to explain in media and interviews that this was a family event. It was a community event, but it was not going to be censored. That it was for kids and that kids have always been there, but it will not be censored. Having said that, some of the Life Cipher performers, we did mention to them, hey, just remember this is a community event, a family event, and there are children there.
Gotcha.
And outside of that little bit of, um, wasn't necessarily a request, but just a keep in mind, uh, we 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 let it be what hip hop is, because I was
Yes.
10 years old listening to NWA, Beastie Boys, and Two Live Crew.
Yep. I mean, in '86 when Two Live Crew came out, I was 10, and yeah, I was all the way into. And that's the thing, like these kids nowadays are exposed to way more craziness early on. Like, yeah, what so it isn't like anything that they haven't ever heard, but some folks are, you know, want to know and everything like that. But I think it's dope that, you know, they are exposed to the real culture of hip hop and growing up and being a part of it and understanding what the real is, just like, Reem was saying, how his uncle took him to the event and was, basically explaining the side of it, and also, letting them know like, hey, don't chill, instead of fanning out and stuff like that. But I mean, there's all these different things. I think it's important because music always has been such an important part of my life. Since I was born, that's been the one thing that's been a part of my life, starting with old school funk R&B, being originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. And I had parents that listened to everything, and
Mm.
I had my first record player at the age of 3, and my very first album that I stole out of my father's record collection was my favorite album was Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life, the double album with the 45, and
Yeah,
from
man.
there we went on, and
Greatest album ever made.
yeah, for sure. I mean, like Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind and Fire. Earth, Wind and Fire was something that they would play to me nonstop to get me to go to sleep as a as they would say, as a difficult child.
Mm.
But that's for another story. I have to say also the fact that you guys have street or graffiti, and you're planning on doing something in the alley, and then also having people do pieces and everything like that. Graffiti, I've always been infatuated with it. We've got Hood Hippies in the house, and he represents Overspray Company, which is located out of Pomona, California, and they're a
That's what's
super
up.
dope art gallery, and they've got tons of people that come through there. Some great artists and art that comes out of there. So salute to you, and salute to everybody that's here in the chat. Marit's Just Delicious, Little White. Of course, Pete Cade is in the house. He's out of bed. We got all different types of people throughout. We got DJ Fanatic. Much love to everybody here. So, um, getting into the graffiti side of it, let us know what folks can expect, to be able to, and we're going to start walking through the different elements and kind of letting them know what they can expect in regards to the different elements of hip hop, including the knowledge piece, and of course, we just covered the fashion piece, that we're adding into it. But you know, in regards to graffiti, who could be the one that would want to take and
I'll,
speak to that? Adam.
I'll
That's
volunteer
Adam.
to. Um, yeah, so graffiti is uh, kind of my realm. So I do Colorado street art. Um, so I don't think we're ready to announce any of the artists this year, maybe, but we will have um, live artists in the alley. And then maybe one artist I'll mention is Jer451, who's been painting at each one of the events, and he's actually going to paint a wall there. So we're
Nice.
excited this year to actually get some paint on a wall. Otherwise, the rest of the artists will be painting on panels, big panels, kind of like the one behind me or the ones in Reem's house. Um, so there'll be live painting with spray paint, and then there'll probably be some live artists throughout the black box. Um, Kind of hip hop oriented, but with brushes instead. But there'll be lots of art. Um, Last year we had Claw from New York come out,
Dope.
um, which was amazing. She's a legend in fashion and graffiti. And this year we're going to keep it pretty local, but it's going to be a little bit better.
That's dope, man. That's really. And will any of those pieces of art be available for sale, or how will those be, or what will happen to those pieces that are put on uh, panels after they're completed?
Um, in years past, we've left it up to the artists so they could keep it if they wanted. Some of them we sold, some of them went into the private collection of Ream, some of them went in my private collection. Um, so they're available, but just on a case by case basis.
Dope. So if you guys are attending the event, if you see something that you like, reach out to that artist and let them know. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Say something. They may be able to set something up with you, and they may have something else for you to be able to even do commissions for you. So that's always dope. I remember that my very first tattoo was done by uh, a really prolific artist that was in Cincinnati, and I was like, I need you to go ahead, because his father was and is a very well respected artist in the tattoo community forever, and had a shop. His name's Dana. The guy who did my arm no longer is alive. He passed away, but I had him bomb my arm. I was like, just go ahead and use my initials. And he was like, how readable do you want? I said, it's you do it. here's the canvas. So yeah, I've always been a big fan of graffiti and street art. I just can't do the shit with my hands. It's always, I can do it digitally, but when it comes to I'm scribble scrabble. So yeah, I always love actually watching even people put up pieces and just watching the entire process. For me, it's kind of like how ASMR videos are, right? There's just something for me to watch someone's creative process start from this abstract shapes and how they're getting it into see the very final process come to life, right? It's one of those things that I love to watch, and I've always been infatuated with that, besides the musical aspect of it. Now, in regards to the B-Boys, right, we've got basically the B-Boy company, right, coming in and doing that.
Bboy
Factory,
Bboy
yes.
Factory.
My bad. Bboy Factory. Where are they located? And tell everybody about how that's going to be a part of the event.
Bboy Factory is in Denver. They're in North Denver, 64th and Broadway. And yeah, BJ and Jared got in touch with Ian over there the first year. And I think they were kind of skeptical when they first showed up, but then we're into it as soon as it started popping off. And then they've been an integral part of the event. So they're going to do like sort of a feature where the B-Boy Factory does shows off their moves, and then do an open cypher, breaking cypher, where anybody can battle or drop their moves.
Dope. And that's
Yeah.
of all ages too, because I know they are a school, right, where
Correct.
for all ages, for people to be able to go and learn the art of breaking, correct?
Yep,
Correct.
that is
I think it's
fact.
mostly for kids. Go ahead, DJ. Sorry.
No, I was just saying that's fact. That's a fact.
That's sick. I mean, I love it too. I mean, the fact that you can get you know kids involved into any type of the arts and the elements, regardless of what it is, either you know being able to express one's creativity through positive channels, which is basically how hip hop was started, right? It was started in a way where it was to help youth, do something with their energy instead of something negative. They were able to, use it as a form of competition, a form of collaboration and working things out. And of course, breaking was a big thing that was a part of that and used. So being able to get kids into it and actually having someone that is an authentic, what I'll say, instead of just a standard like dance company or a dance school that teaches quote unquote hip hop dance, which is always cringy to me, right? To have, authentic b-boys be able to teach, folks of youth and all ages to come through and be able to express themselves, and learn how to break and b-boy. That's dope. And that's gonna be something that I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing as well. The event takes place from 12 or noon to 6 p.m., correct?
Correct.
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 So is there a schedule that you guys have put together, or is it going to be like all elements going on at the same time and people just, get in where they fit in, and like, how is the event going to be planned out for folks, or what can they expect?
Well, traditionally, and it's going to be the same this year, we're holding um, performances simultaneously in multiple locations. So in previous years, we had all of the live performing graph writers outside,
Hmm.
and then the live cipher, the beats showcase, the turntablism, and the breaking was all inside.
Okay.
And this year, we will also be taking up multiple locations. Um, there's 2 rooms plus a patio and an alley. So we're going to have most of performances like the hair show and cultural show that DJ MooreLove and DJ Reem Burgundy are producing will be in the main big room, and that's also where the breaking will be. But in 2 rooms there'll be DJs simultaneously, and so it's kind of you go here and you experience one thing, and then you go there, and then you can turn around and go back to the other room, and you haven't seen it all because we're changing it up.
Yeah.
It always starts with DJing. We have music being DJ'd, and that's where DJ MooreLove, DJ Reem Burgundy, DJ Crumple Stillskin, and DJ Juice, I believe.
Oh wow.
Juice 303.
Yeah.
He's our juvenile DJ. We like to bring the youth into it, as you stated
That's what's up.
already.
Yeah.
And so traditionally, what we do is we do some DJing, then we do some beats, then we do a live cipher, then we go into turntablism, then we go into breaking, then we go back into beats, then we go into cipher again, and then end on some more just DJing. This year we're adding an element of performed songs.
Okay.
We haven't decided 100% where in the schedule that's going to be placed, but it'll be somewhere in the center. And that's usually where the breaking takes place. And this year also the hair show is going to take place as part of the culture and fashion aspect. And then in the small room, they'll just simply be DJing the whole day, and the DJs will change every hour. So it's a completely different flavor, completely different taste, and completely different style. Again, DJ MooreLove, DJ Reem Burgundy, DJ Crumple Stillskin, DJ Juice 303. Adam, help me with the name. Mythic. And what's the other one?
Rana non grata.
Yeah, they'll all be playing in there, so you'll get 5-6 hours of completely different music throughout the day. The point is to retain people. This is a community event, not a nightclub.
Yeah.
This is for the culture. This is for education. This is for exposure. The whole ideology behind Hip Hop Summit was to give everybody a platform. Everybody gets showcased. Every artist reaps their own benefits. This isn't about money for us. This is about spreading the culture and giving artists of whatever media or platform they are a stage to stand on, network, and promote themselves.
Very good. Can I add something to that?
Please.
Okay. So as far as the fashion part, I'm going to take time and spit some fun facts about the music, the artist, the hair culture, the fashion, the everything. So in essence, like every area, every DJ brings a different vibe. So people can just go from room to room and enjoy everything. I'm very excited about the fashion part, which is the new addition this year.
I think
And that
that's
takes
dope.
place at 3 o'clock. That's 3 o'clock. So for all of the ladies, a lot of times they look at hip hop and hip hop culture, like men, like male dominated or whatever, but there is definitely a space for us. So, ladies, get out there with your bamboo earrings, at least 2 pairs, a Fendi bag, and a bad attitude. Not the bad
Yes.
attitude, just but that vibe. You know what I mean? I'm,
All I
I'm
say,
ready.
he had
Shout out to
you
the
know.
Roundaway girls.
Nah, but yeah, but you could
You know?
listen. Hip hop includes everyone and everything. So I'm a Philly girl. So Philly bring their own thing.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, we do
I'm
bring
ready.
attitude.
Yeah, Reem.
For sure.
So Reem gonna bring them cuts, and I'm gonna bring them styles. And like I want to say again, representing locks in Denver, representing its natural hair salon. So ladies, if these names ring bells, Jari or the owner Taylor Barber, rope in because we got some stuff. So anyhow, let me tone down a little bit. Let me save the excitement for the event.
Nah, man, this is a good time to be excited about it because I mean, I think that this sounds like a not miss. It's something you can't miss an event, and it's going to be special.
You
And
can't miss.
you know,
Can't miss.
thinking about future, how do you guys how's your planning process in regards to, I know you guys are at crunch time right now. And if there are people out there that want to get involved either by supporting or either participating, are there still opportunities for people to sign up and either be a vendor, support, be a performer, or anything like that?
Definitely vendors. Sorry, BJ.
No, good.
Definitely space for vendors left. We have a lot of performers already and artists that we'll probably announce maybe next week.
Okay.
But we do need vendors and volunteers. Um, they can sign up on the website or just DM the page, whatever works for them.
Gotcha.
HipHopSummitVendor.com.
That
So
part.
The
go ahead, please.
the performances, the actual performances are booked out.
Got it.
So there's overwhelming interest in participating, and there has been since the second year. Last year, we had to start turning performing artists, graph writers, DJs, and MCs. We had to start telling them you'll have to sign up next year, and that's true for this year as well. But I would like everyone to understand that during a live cipher, if you're a rapper, step up. Step up.
That part.
We're not gonna cut out no extra time for you to perform by yourself. But if you got something to prove, time is now, man. Show out, show up.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for the folks that aren't necessarily aware of cipher etiquette, because it seems like that is something that's kind of gone by the wayside and a lost art to the original thing. Is there any things that you guys have put in place in regards to etiquette, or how it's good? You clearly state how it's going to get down.
The truth be told is that the live cipher is emceed and hosted by Face to Feet, who's from New York. This is a real cipher. You say what you're gonna say. I don't really want anybody's feelings to get hurt, but if you're in a live cipher, you should know how it gets down. If you're a sensitive person, you might not want to step in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Protect your neck.
Word, and remember, there was something that you said when you started talking about breakers.
Yeah.
Hip hop culture started out in urban places.
Yes.
Every facet of hip hop culture was used as a form of funneling our aggression.
Yes.
Graph writers battled on walls. Breakers battled on a floor. DJs battled on a deck. And MCs battled on a mic. And people don't understand that most of this is metaphorical. When we talk our shit, it's all metaphorical. It's lyrical battle. It's scratch battle. It's break battle. It's graph battle. This was a funneling of aggression. This never was a platform for you to be sensitive
Yes.
about things. This is where you were supposed to get your aggression out, and you're supposed to shake hands and walk away from it. Come back better. If you lost this year, up your game. If Reem is on the decks and somebody's scratching, gets all the applause, and he gets all the boos, because in Philly they're gonna call you out. If you
That
get
part.
if you lose, you lose. They ain't staying quiet like, oh, you did okay, Reem. You did all right. Nah, man. Reem went home and practiced for a year, came back and tore that ass up.
Yep.
That part.
Yeah. I think
So
that was how it was in Cincinnati as well too, especially with the scribble jams. It was just basically, yeah, you got served or whatever, you know what I mean? But it was like you said, in regards to, all right, whoever's nicest, wins, and
Yeah.
that's because hip hop was competition, like you said, and it was channeling of aggression. And even basically how I started, it was because Ohio was the same way and Cincinnati was the same way. If the Boo Birds would come out immediately, first type of just any type of fumble, stumble, or anything, boo, like it's just, and it's over, right? So you gotta,
Yeah.
you've gotta, make sure that you're nice, but two, you have to be able to be thick-skinned, and if you do have a stumble, you better be able to recover and win people back over too. There's an art in that, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
you can make a
Facts.
mistake and turn it into like, oh, I meant to do that shit, you know what I mean? And flip it, right? And that shows how nice you are. So I mean,
nah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, please.
No, I was just gonna say, like, even you ask DJ MooreLove, sometimes she'll be at a show, she'll hear some music mess up or something like that, and she's like, didn't nobody boo them off? Everybody's so quiet and nice.
yeah, true.
Yeah. It's like, come on now, y'all. There's no participation trophies in this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Each
Yeah.
year it's gonna be more exciting. I always ask people, like, you heard of the Hip Hop Summit? Well, guess what? It's coming back up. This is round 3. If you weren't there last year or the year before, we're open this year. It gets bigger and better every time. If you don't know, you're gonna find out.
I mean, that in itself is exciting, and just for folks that's never been able to be a part of anything like this, I definitely encourage you guys to stop in and tap in, because when you get there, and if you are a lover of hip hop or even just a lover of culture, and maybe even you are not necessarily that informed or a part of the culture, right? This is a great opportunity for you to be able to be exposed to the true essence of hip hop and understand why folks that are on the screen have and are as passionate about it as we are, because it's about the culture. It's about having respect for the culture, and putting that first and foremost, and treating it very delicately, because it's, some people might say there's gatekeeping and everything like that. It's not that. It's just basically, you can tell people who are in it genuinely, and then you can tell who the posers are, right? And posers get sorted out, and you're gonna get exposed real quick if you're not really a part of this or for this and willing to put the grind in, like putting that year in of practice. If you took an L that one year and you have to come back, and that's part of your story, is coming back like, oh, we remember him from last year, and he didn't make, he got booed off the stage, but this year, damn, look at him, like, you know what I mean? And that shows the dedication to the craft, because there's so much practice that goes into each and every single aspect of this culture and art forms, or whatever facet you decide to get down, or even if you're multifaceted, if you're a b-boy, MC, and a DJ, or however it is, you know what I mean? It takes a tremendous amount of practice and discipline to be able to perform live in the moment.
Facts.
Yeah. So, want to know one thing in regards to when it comes to Denver hip hop and the Denver hip hop scene. And one of you guys, whoever feels the need or want to speak up first, please. But what do you think is the one thing that is misunderstood or underrepresented and not understood about what it is that Denver has in regards to the hip hop culture and scene? Reem, go for it.
Man, whoo, thank you. Peace and tranquility. That's something that I value. There's a lot of chaos in hip hop, right? I moved here from Philadelphia and I came here with a Philadelphia state of mind, a Philadelphia perspective, right? After being here, I don't know how many years, being here gave me the opportunity to calm down, relax, like evolve and grow. I don't want to say change, but evolve and grow. See, one aspect about hip hop and just life period that I don't think we give enough attention to, well, recently we have, is the mental health aspect.
Yes.
Right? Like I said, I used to listen to this music therapeutically. When I was going through something, I would put on a song that addressed what it was I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? And the song usually soothed and smoothed the feelings out and would let you know everything's going to be okay. You ain't the first to go through it. You ain't going to be the last. It's going to be all right. DJ K-Tone has a project right now called Therapy in HD. And what it is, well, I'm going to give y'all the raw. This man started K-Tone Cares Foundation. It was first he was helping kids get into college, giving them funds and stuff out of his pocket.
Respect.
Then he went through something. He went through something personal. He went through a divorce, and that took him through, something, personal, and he, dug into his own mental health, and went to therapy, and how it helped him through that. He was inspired to change the trajectory of his entire career. So, DJ K-Tone, you won't catch him in nightclubs and whatnot too often. He does do it here and there, but you're not going to catch him doing that as often as you're going to catch him doing his block parties like he does this upcoming Saturday.
Let him know where that's at.
It's in Park Hill, 33rd. Oh God, I think it's York.
By the
I'm
Dahlia
not sure.
It's the it's by the Dahlia Center.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
And
this
it's
is
this
I don't
Saturday.
even.
Dope.
Yeah, he has 2 or 3 every summer. He does it for the kids. He had a bounce house for the kids, free food for the kids, backpacks, back to school supplies for the kids. And last year I was giving free back to school haircuts to kids.
Nice.
See, myself personally would like to showcase and represent how within hip hop you can grow and evolve. The world sees us hip hop people. We're not real people. We're not real men and we're not real women. We're immature. We're all kind of judgments come towards us, but it's not true. You know what I'm saying? It's not true, and the examples need to be put out there. You know what I'm saying? K-Tone is a great example of somebody who started out in the party scene trying to figure things out. And when he figured it out, like, hey, he has his career now contributes to society, to the betterment of society, you know? Not just getting people. Listen, he made a whole lot of money entertaining drunk people and encouraging people to make bad decisions. But when you grow up and it's like, okay, let's heal from this, y'all. Let's go to therapy. Let's get better. Let's go. It's not as easy. It's not as many people stepping up. So this it makes me think. I'm me as a DJ, me being in hip hop. I've participated in the negative and the positive, and I'm always looking for balance in life, and I want this here to be a platform where I said a prayer last year. I prayed that God use me as a vessel to help others because everything that I've been through in life, God let me know He got my back, man. I had the greatest bounce back coming back from Oklahoma that I surprised and shocked myself. So God let me know He got my back regardless, and I'm like, listen, use me as a vessel for the benefit of others. And I knew that, okay, I'm saying this prayer, but now I got to watch out for the real users that ain't trying to grow and evolve.
Yeah.
Any opportunity that I have, that's what I want to do with the youth is talk to them and let them know. And it's crazy because I'm a product of the juvenile justice system in New Jersey, and I consider myself to be a success story because I'm not a felon. I haven't reoffended as adult. You know what I'm saying? I left all that in my teenage years, but I just want to let these kids know because back when I was young and people was talking to me, I remember I wasn't really trying to hear it at the time. But as I grew, they really did plant seeds because I would find myself in certain situations. I'm like, oh, I remember such and such, warned me about this. And, what did they say about this type of situation? Yeah, they say I need to get rid of you or I need to get away from you. You know what I'm saying? I want to plant some seeds, man. This is bigger. Like you said, this ain't about monetization. This is about hip hop and Denver, both in which I love. So I'm sorry, I don't want to, get on no rant. I just want to let y'all know what my motivation is here, and why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to be cool. I'm not here to make friends, and I'm not looking for, I'm here to make an impact through hip hop, through the Denver Hip Hop Summit on Denver youth.
And that's amazing because like mental health, you mentioned that, and that's something that, I take very seriously. And I DJ once a month on Twitch as a part of a men's mental health raid train that we do. And I'm involved in a lot of mental health things and an advocate for, men's mental health and, overall mental health for anyone, because it's something where it's not taken as serious. And back in the day, it was also kind of had a stigmatism about things. But, you see a lot of people that are hurting and suffering and they act out in certain ways. And, they're either self-medicating or participating in activities that, ultimately are, hurting them and spiritually, financially, physically, all of those things, and hurting other people. Whereas, I'm really big proponent of breaking generational trauma as well. So it's important to be able to do any type of volunteer work. And if you have the ability to be or make an impact in a someone's life, and be able to impart wisdom and let them know, hey, you may feel like you're going through this alone, or this might be a unique experience, but Let me tell you what I went through, right? As someone that's died twice and been through cancer once and fighting it now, and been through 30 plus yada yada yada. But all I'm saying is that absolutely had a very big impact on my mental health and even my youth in regards to that. You know, as someone who the wheels fell off in the 40s, and I just turned 50 this year, and I spent my entire 40s trying to recover from the trauma and also, bad programming, we'll say, right? That you will, some things that you learned to be able to help you in certain situations when you were younger, and it was very beneficial for you at that time. If you continue on and you don't address it and really move on from it, it becomes maladaptive and it starts hurting you and it doesn't serve a purpose anymore. And identifying that, right? And being able to just be able to share that wisdom and knowledge. I mean, that's part of, knowledge of self, right? That's the knowledge piece of hip hop. And it's also a way of why hip hop is so important, because, or the culture is so important, because it gives people an opportunity to get some of the things that they have that's inside of them and find a channel and a way to be creative and let that out of them and flow. But the mentorship, it is now more than ever, with the way that this world is messed up, that we take time out to embrace our youth and put our arms around our youth, especially as folks who's grown up in hip hop. And it is our job and our responsibility to reach out to them and bring them along and give them positive mentorship, and also let them know, like, hey, this is where, I had maybe a stumble, or, something that I had to learn from. And this is how, what I experienced and how I overcame it. And also, you give them the good and the bad, and you keep it real with them. I mean, you have to. It's important that you're open, honest, and vulnerable enough as a man, as a woman, to help, youth, and give them direction, because they need it. And that's the whole community aspect that that you had mentioned, BJ, as far as like, this is a community event, this is for the culture, this is for the community, and to bring people together, because now more than ever we're divided, and it's just over some bullshit, that because we have these things in our hands 24/7 and algorithms bombarding us with nothing but negativity, and
Facts.
being able to have something that's positive, that's out there, and and it's all through art. It's important. So I salute to you all for putting your hard work and time and effort and energy into this, because I mean, again, the fact that you guys have this and are creating this and are doing this and planning on making it a reoccurring thing and growing, right? Uh, this is huge, and especially Denver's very lucky and fortunate to have you individuals to help put something on, that once people get here and get to an event like this, you're going to walk away, or they're going to walk away fulfilled. It's like soul food, like Goody Mob. They say, this is food for your soul. You're going to find something that you're going to relate to visually, audio, audibly, connecting with the community, the people around. And you can be around people that are completely different than you, and you're like, oh, maybe we are the same, and maybe all of this bullshit that we've been fed is bullshit, and change some people's thinking about certain things, right? And just coming together as a community as a whole, and that's healing and that's growth.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Absolutely.
This is why it's beautiful. I can't say, how much I appreciate this opportunity to have you folks, on the platform here and, sharing your wisdom and everything in your plan and vision. And there's G Dash right there. That's my co-host, and he was one of the founding members of Scribble Jam, as I was telling you guys before
Oh,
and
that's what's
on
up.
air. Yeah, so much love to you. And but one of the things that I want to know is it's really important because you had mentioned that there still are opportunities and very much need for people to volunteer and also to sponsor, right? So, I know that they can go to the website and sign up, but speak specifically to what is needed and how people can help, because I'm sure that there's people out here that are going to see this either live or in between now and the event, so they are aware of how they can be a part of this to help it be that much more of a better event and bring value to it even more.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that, by the way, what you had to say about hip hop. Um, I do want to just say real quick that the K-Tone event this weekend, Saturday, 12 to 5 at 34th and Eudora. So check that out. But we do need help with setup and tear down, volunteers, people to guide people around, sponsors. We're in final talks with a couple sponsors, but we do have HQ Vape covering paint for the artists.
Nice.
Um, so we're about 6 weeks away. So we want to get those sponsors on the literature, the flyers, the propaganda on the social media. More vendors. We're probably almost at capacity, but if anybody wants to get in there, that would be great. But mostly just to have people come out and enjoy the event and the culture.
So there's different sponsorship levels and packages and things that are there. Is there a deadline that you guys are looking to have everybody solidified and locked in by a certain date?
August 1st, so next week,
August 1st.
Friday, I think.
Yes, Friday. So you got 7 days, folks, to get it in there, and you go to the website, which is linked in all of the websites to everybody's individual mathematics are all in the description. Basically, definitely make sure that you tap in and if you have or if you know somebody, and guess what, you could sponsor. You don't even have to be in Denver to sponsor. You can still sponsor the event if you want to go ahead and help out. So I definitely encourage anyone and everyone to share out the information to somebody who may be in a position to be able to sponsor and have their brand associated with this and help push this forward to grow it and make it even better and bigger, right? Because the more money that you guys have available, the more that you can add to the event and, make an impact.
Absolutely.
It's always a factor.
Yeah, funding is always a factor, right? You basically, what would you say? What does Denver hip hop lack most right now? Dependable venues, media coverage, funding, artist development, cross generational trust, or consistent public support. Like, who could speak to that? That you guys are trying to fill.
I think Denver's hip hop scene is kind of given way to a little bit more of a party scene. So I would say the cross generational exposure is probably a large factor, and then platforms would be the next biggest. People forget that hip hop just is not a DJ in a club with people drinking drinks. There
Yes.
are people who want to make music. They want to make beats. They want to rap songs. There are people who want to paint pieces or um, do a mural. There are people who want to design clothes. They want to design shoes. They want to design hats. Um, there's, of course, there is the people who aspire being DJs. It's it's so much more than what people think. They hear they hear the words hip hop and they just think like that stereotypical boom chicka boom choom, and that's what
Yeah.
you always hear from people. They're like, oh, and it's not. It's an entire artistic culture. At this point, it's not even a subculture. It is our norm. We are
Yes.
decades into this.
I think we lost you guys a little bit.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Oh
You're
no.
back. You're back, BJ. All right. So we're
Sorry.
decades into this, and I will agree with you as far as hip hop is now basically integrated with every single form of popular culture, fashion. Like it's not just hip hop; it is, basically the entire world
Yep.
has taken a form and a piece from hip hop in a good way or a bad way, right? And
Absolutely.
it is it is part of societal norm, and it's not the flash in the pan like it was said back in the days when I was young growing up, and it's, oh, that's not gonna last long. It's like, want to bet?
Right. Yeah. People forget the amount of cultural influence it took to create the culture of hip hop.
Yes.
Hip hop wasn't created by one group of people in one city. It maybe gets recognized for that, but simultaneously it was going on in New York City and Philadelphia and Connecticut and multiple places all at the same time. And those cities were cultural melting pots. The third bases can't be under recognized that these Jewish kids from, I think, Queens, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
had an influence because they introduced Nas to the world.
Yes.
You
Absolutely.
know, and Cool Herc,
And
of course.
also not just Nas, but of course, MF Doom.
Facts,
You know what
facts.
I
That's
mean?
a
Like
fact. That's a fact. That's
KMD.
a fact. That's right. KMD, Three Blind Mice.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, the culture. People argue about it like all the time. And the greater country of the U.S. is always associated with urban and black people and poorness and so on and so forth. But it was way more than that. Everybody was involved in it. All of us who grew up in urban areas, and then eventually even more suburban areas,
Yep.
were completely involved and put our little seasoning into it.
Hmm.
And even I say that just to say that what I think Denver is missing, because that's what you asked me,
Yes.
is the platforms for people to come together so that the next evolution of Denver hip hop has the mixture and the um, cross influence of cultures, generations. At this point, we can say, genders, and I already said generations, so that's pretty much it. The platform for us to mingle, because in a club you can't have an 18-year-old.
No.
You know,
Well, you
And
can, but they're not supposed to be up in
well,
there.
yeah, and these beat ciphers that are taking place inside bars can't have a 16-year-old DJ or a 16-year-old MC or a 16-year-old beat maker, you know? And where is a 16-year-old supposed to go and write graffiti except for on a wall, probably without permission,
Right.
That part.
you know? So I feel, if I'm not mistaken, your question was what is Denver hip hop missing and what's its next
Yeah.
evolution? We need to have spaces. We call the Hip Hop Summit an all elements art event because that's how we perceive it. This is all art, and every single participant is an artist, and we want them to get their flowers. We want them to get a platform to network and strategize and see how somebody else is doing it, because many of people have made a career off of the various elements of hip hop, and nobody is not capable of doing the same thing.
That part, for sure. For sure. You know, I want to say something or ask a question directly to you, DJ MooreLove. You know, what barriers still face women inside of hip hop and DJ promoter event production spaces? And, you know, what do you think in regards to the opportunities for women inside of hip hop to grow, and what are the challenges that you feel like are still a factor?
Well, hip hop has always been male dominated, and like females making their way in is becoming easier. You know what I mean? I think it's just all about determination now, because nothing can stop us. As females, nothing can stop us. All there is just drive now, because the platforms are everywhere. Put it that way. It's just to take the initiative. When I think of some of the hip hop that women are doing, you know, I feel like it's hypersexualized. I'm looking forward to women doing more positive hip hop. Putting it that way, I'm thinking back again, Queen Latifah. You know,
Ladies first.
ladies first. I could take some Sister Soldier on there too. I just need a little bit more positivity. So I feel like that it's coming along. It's coming along. It's all about just stepping forward and doing it. And being that we're doing Hip Hop Summit, we're giving platforms. They just need to step up. It's pretty much it. They have a lot of females out here, even in the Denver area, doing it. So I'm just gonna big up Queen V. Hey, you know, we got Cree 23. You know, there's things happening. There's things happening. I'm gonna just leave it like that. As time goes on, it'll show. But there is a space for us.
Absolutely, there's a space for us. And I mean, I can tell you, for me, whenever, you know, I can remember like first females MCs that, you know, of course you had Roxanne Shante and Sha Rock, exactly. But I'll tell you, one of the ones who hit me first, and it was MC Light, man. You know what I mean?
Light as a rock.
Light as a rock. I mean, come on, man. Cram to Understand. Like just like the whole
Cram to Understand. That had a good message.
I mean, she's she's still out there doing it and still nice with it, man. And the ladies.
She's the godmother of rap. They gave her flowers. Yes, she's the godmother of hip hop. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
talk about it.
She's so important. And you know, let's also talk about like Flavor Unit and Queen Latifah, with her being like one of the major, you know, I guess, forces behind the Flavor Unit, you know, and rest in peace Heavy and all of that. But the whole Flavor Unit, right, you know, and what they did, and you know, with Queen Latifah, with, you know, MooreLove and everybody that was in there, and you had mentioned BJ about the positivity of it, and the whole thing that kind of got mashed out, and when it went to the positive aspect, or the commercial, the
That part.
positive message got masked out for kind of the negativity and the bravado, and I was ashamed too, because like we had X Clan, and
Yeah,
of
we did.
course Public Enemy, and King
Yeah,
Sun, and
KRS One.
KRS-One, and I'll tell you,
Paris.
yeah, Paris, right? Those folks were the individuals that basically helped mold me and shape me, because it was, you go to school, you get you were taught certain things, and then you get exposed to music and other cultures, and you start looking into it for yourself and start learning, and you're like, maybe everything isn't as what it seems, right? And those folks were extremely important, and it's important that we get back to that, and that type of positive message has a push, and events like this help do that too, because instead of, like you said, hip hop gets this stigmatism of just being a certain, like, rap, right? And just
Yes.
rap itself, and not the culture, and not understanding that, no, there's a whole ecosystem to this that has made this so impactful in everybody's lives, right?
Extremely impactful.
Yeah, and to the part that I would have never in a million years thought that I would have ever saw country music adapt hip hop.
Word.
Like, you listen to some of this country music that's out now, it's like y'all
Fact.
are doing, and then of course, a lot of these, some folks have started out as hip hop artists and migrated out. Once they got popular, they migrated out to country or to rock or whatever, right?
Hmm.
And there's things about that, that I have certain feelings about, but I'm gonna keep that to myself at this point. But it's kind of like, I don't like people that necessarily do things for disingenuous reasons, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
culture vultures or whatever you want to say, but I don't like using that, as far as just, that's an overused term and kind of has a lot of stigmatisms to it, but
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Adam, in regards to the graffiti side, and getting back to, because you haven't had a chance, with your organization that you run, let everybody know exactly, because you have something, and your organization is something that is year round and people can participate in, with street art, and let everybody know what the street art part is.
Yeah, so Colorado Street Art Company supports muralists mostly. We're very graffiti oriented, um, but yeah, we're always trying to pick up projects and find fair pay for artists and help negotiate with businesses and get grants and do all the things that artists aren't necessarily the best at. Some of them are, but not all of them. So we do the organization so they can do what they do best, which is painting. Um, so we also do events. I used to do a lot of paint jams until got involved with the Hip Hop Summit, and that's bigger and better. So we do events, but mostly it's about muralists.
Dope, dope. Now, are you an artist yourself?
Yeah, a little bit. Nothing I'd be willing to share, but a little bit. Yeah,
I
tagging
got
and
you.
whatnot. But mostly I'm an organization guy, so I connect people and the dots.
Awesome. Now,
Master
go
administrator.
ahead. Go ahead, please, BJ. What were you saying?
He's a master administrator.
Got you. He's the wizard behind the curtain. He makes it
Yeah.
happen.
He's the one who does
I mean,
everything that nobody wants to do and makes it all work.
Hell yeah. Look, I know what that's like. You know what I mean? So salute to you
Yeah,
because that's the unsung shit that actually makes it, you
real
know,
talk.
the work that you do, if it wasn't the work that you do, the people on stage wouldn't be shining. So, I've always liked that type of role too. So, uh
Yeah,
being a host and doing this is kind of new as far as like me putting myself out there, but that was something that I forced myself to do. But man, like much love to each and every single one of you guys. You know, what is it that you guys have planned for, next year? Have you started planning, and do you have like where do you want this to go?
Adam, should I tease him?
yeah, bigger, better, block party, go for it.
That's it. That's it. Next year, we're actually having a meeting tomorrow about shutting down a block and turning it into a block party. Um, we always wanted this to be perceived as a community event, and what better way than to have a block party? Because hip hop started
On the
literally on the
block.
streets, in the block, on the basketball courts, in the grass of a park, and it's still happening that way in, we'll say, the founding cities of hip hop.
Yeah,
So we have a meeting tomorrow at 2 o'clock about turning it into a block party next year, and that's probably about as much as we can tease for right now.
absolutely. Is there things that people can do now to help maybe make, I guess, that's volunteer, that's also support, donate, and
Yeah,
all of that stuff, right?
Staying
So
connected.
staying
yeah.
connected.
Thanks.
Staying
Participation
connected.
rate this year gives us the power for sponsorship next year.
Yep.
So if you can't support right now, participate. It's free. Just show up.
Yeah, and that's the
Buy
part
something.
too. It's free.
Buy a
Spread
piece
the
of art
word.
or food. You know, we're going to have food there. I believe that we're going to have ice cream there. Buy an ice cream cone. You know, but more importantly, just show up because those numbers give us the power to request more support in the future. And if you are a vendor and you want to participate next year, start emailing now. The
That part.
master organizer will keep a list and we will reach back out to you because your little contribution in vendor fee allows these things to happen.
Yeah, man. That's dope. You know, definitely anybody that's out there, please, 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 basically get in touch with everyone that is on here and make sure that you reach out and let them know and let everybody know where they can go in regards to where you want everybody to direct the majority of the traffic and inquiries. Let them know.
Master?
Inquiries to the website hiphopsummitdenver.com, but we're also Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Hip Hop Summit Denver on all platforms.
There you go, man.
Can I
Uh,
can I throw an idea out there real quick? You asked
absolutely,
about
please.
next year. Like to throw out there, we had a DJ out here by the name of DJ Magic who passed away from ALS. I remember the ALS
Rest in
challenge was
peace.
a big thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
with the
ALS
water,
challenge was a
right?
big thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The ice bucket,
Yeah.
all of that. And I would like to bring that back. I haven't seen that, out here lately. My man has a son, Danny Jr. There's another athlete, a retired athlete recently that was diagnosed with ALS. ALS is still a problem in our
Yes, it is.
community. You know what I'm saying? See, hip hop Hip hop is the voice and the expression of an oppressed people, right? And that's what the powers that be fear. You know what I'm saying? But we use our voice for positive things. You know what I'm saying? And ALS has been something that affected, my life through my friend. You know what I mean? And I'd like to bring that back.
Absolutely. That's dope. And yeah, and then that to be able to have that as a tribute to DJ Magic and him being a part of the community as well. And that's dope. Put that out there in the air and it'll manifest,
Absolutely.
right? Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely. Speaking of tributes, we had DJ Blackout, who I honestly believe would have brought national attention to Denver. Blackout, I can say, broke the song Booty here in Denver. He was a core DJ and he passed away from hypertension. You know what I'm saying? So, great DJ. A lot of people out here know him. It was tragic the way he passed, but, we could definitely honor his name because he was an awesome DJ, man. He was a great DJ. Salute, rest in peace, DJ Blackout.
Yeah, rest in peace, DJ Blackout. I do want to ask, and as curious, do you guys have any plans on doing any type of in the future, any type of MC battles, any type of DJ battles, or anything like that, where there's a tree and people can event even with b-boy battles and stuff like that, instead of just having like ciphers and things where you're featuring DJs, that you can have an actual competitions for people to be involved.
Adam, Jared, and I had conversations about this after the very first Hip Hop Summit 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, the three of us believed that our events should retain the all elements of hip hop in each one of the events.
Mm-hmm.
So, having said that, we had discussions with Face to Feet also about doing a sort of elimination process cipher, but we never actually came to any plans of implementing it in the Hip Hop Summit. More so for the fact that we didn't want the Hip Hop Summit to be a competition.
Okay.
Then competitions inherently are going to exclude people who just get heated.
Yeah.
And we want this to be a lot more community based than competition based.
Okay.
Fair. But we had those types of conversations, and I believe that Adam at one point was looking at getting us more involved in other graffiti and mural events. So it's not that we're close to it, and I don't really know where Adam landed with those particular things. But far as the competition thing, the first year we had some conversations, and where we landed was more on the Hip Hop Summit was a community event, and the concept of inclusiveness was more important to us than a winner, really.
Understood. That's dope. I get it. Nice. And the thing about it is that so folks know, the first summit received the Westward Award, and both prior years drew around 500 attendees, right? Are there any pressures that you guys are faced with right now in trying to make sure that you not only live up to the previous years, but also grow the experience, that you guys are dealing with at this point?
Yeah, of course there's pressure. I mean, this year we don't have our co-founder Jared DePaulo, which as a teammate was exceptional at what he did. And then I would not be being honest if I didn't say that I am less involved this year than I have been the previous years, which left a massive amount of responsibility on Adam's shoulders, and you know, DJ Reem Burgundy and DJ MooreLove trying to pick up my slack. But bringing in more people and having more board members with more ideas, more creativity, and larger reach is giving us hope that we can, as you said, live up to the previous years and also add to it or expound on it. You know, last year Reem cut hair. This year they're doing an entire hair show. Last year Reem cut men's hair. This year Reem's going to do a show, and DJ MooreLove is going to do female hairstyles. So I feel like that shows that there's growth, and it comes from expanding our team, and yeah, that's pretty much how I see it. I don't know if anyone else has anything to add to that.
Funding, 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 funding. Because we would like to bring in guest artists, big artists, where they're like, who's going to be the artist for this year? I'm looking forward to that part. To when people show up, like, the guest artist this year, who is it? And for after the show that they talk about how great it was. But again, funding. That's it. And also getting the word out. Getting the word out. Everybody needs to bring somebody to this event. Everyone needs to like and share the pages. What is it? Colorado Street Art. Hip Hop Summit Denver. Moods R&B. DJ Reem Burgundy. DJ MooreLove. Like and share.
That part. Absolutely.
Support.
Absolutely. Well, man, I'm looking forward to attending this, and basically, if there's anything that I can do and our platform can do for you, please let me know. Let us know, and we're here to support. I'm excited, and I feel very honored and privileged to be able to have you folks take time out of your day to come on here and talk about this, because again, hip hop saved my life. Music saved my life, but more importantly, hip hop saved my life. It gave me a direction, gave me a path, and basically, made an impact in the way that who I am today. And it gave me the fight to be able to fight what I fight, and and also be able to be a good dad and be a good mentor, and try to be a positive example. And I've had my failures, and I've not always been on point, but now more than ever, I feel like it's important, and I have a purpose, and one of those things is to be able to shed light on organizations and the culture and what you guys have going. And this is a beautiful thing, and everyone, please support. Even if you're not in town, if you're not in Denver, we would love for you to come to Denver and be a part of it. Make a day, make a vacation. It's on a Saturday. And look, Saturday the 5th is always in September's gorgeous weather. It's gorgeous weather. So, make sure that you step up and show out, and come early too, because the venue has, a limited capacity at this point. And once it reaches capacity, basically, first out, first, someone leaves, someone gets in, you know what I mean? So you don't want to be one of those people in line hearing smelling and seeing, kind of through the doors. It's like, man, I wish I could get up in there. It's like, you should have came early. Don't just show
Facts.
up fashionably late. No, it's an all day event. Show up early, show out, support, get there, get ready, plan, be prepared,
Enjoy.
and Uber down there because it could be Thunderdome down there finding parking. There is parking available. There's
Word.
lots and stuff like that. But if you have the ability to take the public transportation, because we have light rails and there's all different ways to get around. Of course, Uber, Lyft, and whatever. Have a friend drop you off, if whatever. But get there, man, because you don't want to miss out on this. This is something that you are going to walk away fulfilled.
That part.
Yeah. For real though, show up early because no hour is going to be the same.
Yep.
You don't want to miss any of it, right?
Nah. The whole point is to retain people and to show them all elements of the culture. Every hour is going to be different, whether that be a completely different DJ or a different actual performance. You're going to have dancing, you're going to have rappers, you're going to have beat, you're going to have songs performed.
Gotcha.
Entertainment straight through from 12 to 6. We're going to
Now,
have to put people out.
are there still opportunities if a major name would like to get involved or show up? Are there opportunities or openings in the schedule for folks to be able to show up and be a part of it?
You said
I mean, if
major
somebody
names,
made
right?
actually, yeah, if they were willing to reach out to us and connect with us, we can definitely try to make it. But as I stated, the schedule is full right now. But accommodations can be made for people that push the culture, push the movement, and push the platform. Because this
Facts.
platform isn't for Adam, it's not for me, it's not for MooreLove, and it's not for Reem Burgundy. It's for everybody.
Well, I'm going to do some reaching out on my end and see if I can get some folks and let them know what's going on and everything like that, and see if we can get some folks to show up and they're in the area. It's summertime,
Appreciate that.
wrapping up. Might be still on tour, but we can see what we can do and what we can work it out. But let's
Yeah.
continue to grow this as a community.
Yeah,
Um,
girl power.
yeah. What closing words, Adam? What kind of closing words do you have for us, man?
Uh, Saturday, September 5th, 12 to 6, Black Box at 13th Avenue in between Logan and Grant. Be there. It's a place to be.
DJ MooreLove, closing words, thoughts.
Closing words. Hip Hop Summit is going to be serious. Very serious. And I just want to say, anywhere this logo is seen,
Woo!
you, you know it's going to be sweet. It's going to be sweet. I'm looking forward to it. Everybody just rope in.
Gotcha. Dope. DJ Reem Burgundy, closing
Remember
words, thoughts.
earlier I was speaking about, being a fan of the culture. I had a ball last year. You know what I'm saying? I had a ball. I got some dope art. I had some good food. I had a chopped cheese. I ain't had a chopped cheese since.
So how did
You
it
know what I'm
was
saying?
it was it an because you guys are from Philly, so did it stand it did it hold up?
Nah, it wasn't a
Ah,
cheesesteak. It wasn't a cheesesteak. Okay? Let's
okay,
make
all
that
right,
clear.
all
It
right.
wasn't a cheesesteak by any
Yeah, nah,
means.
man.
But it
Please
was
believe
an
a nice
authentic,
chopped cheese.
yeah, it was an authentic chopped cheese. And salute to K. You know what I'm saying? Salute to K Crespo, man. My perspective is of a fan, and I'm just looking forward to the event and feel honored to be, a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to everybody that's gonna come. Salute to all the artists early. You know what I mean? Because I know it's gonna be a thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I want some more art. I need some new pieces, baby.
I need a piece in my spot too, so I'm gonna be look on the lookout and seeing what we can make happen.
Absolutely, absolutely.
BJ,
Mm.
shout outs, closing thoughts.
I want to shout out my team. Colorado Street Art, DJ MooreLove, DJ Reem Burgundy. Support our people, man. They's trying to support you. And show up to the event because it's for you. It ain't for us. If it wasn't for this video, nobody would know our faces.
That's true.
Well, hey, man, it's been a pleasure and an honor to be able to have you all on here. And yo, so you guys have all the information, and please share this out to everyone that you know that would be interested in just watching this and understanding the faces behind and the stories behind and the why behind what this is, because this is number 3 of many more to come, and this is just the beginning, right? So you can say that you were a part of something that down the road has evolved into something way bigger and way bigger than what it is right now, and not minimalizing anything in a way, but just saying that you were there at the beginning and you continue to show up and support. And this, because it's coming from a genuine, honest place, and from genuine people that are here for their good and right reasons. There's no one making a fortune off of this or anything like that. These are all people volunteering their time, talent, effort, and all of that, their love, right? Their hard blood, sweat, and tears into this, right? So please, please, if you enjoy and call yourself someone that is a part of the culture, then please show up, show out, and do what you can to generate awareness and everything like that. So we're B-Boys Underground. Much love to each and every single one of y'all. We will be back Monday, Tuesday, and then possibly Wednesday as well. And with all new shows, I'll be doing a pop-up DJ set probably either tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to be doing an all spit slam mix. I interviewed, if you guys didn't know, on Monday I interviewed C-Doc, which is the president and co-owner of Chuck D's record label, Spit Slam Records. On Tuesday I interviewed Sugar Bear, which was just, he was around everything. That's a crazy interview, and make sure there's going to be a part 2 here real soon. And then Wednesday we're going to have the guest back, Kaz Meta. He didn't have a good internet connection, and he's out in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. And you know, it's the way his connection was set up. We're trying to get him so we can have him back on Wednesday and have a proper interview and do everything like that. He's a very talented artist. But yeah, man, we do this. Stay locked in. B-Boys Underground on YouTube. You can check out all past 300 plus episodes. We've had Jazzo, the originator, Be Real. We've had so many different people on here. Tap in, check those out, support. You can check me out on GhostBoogie66 on Twitch, on Kick, and on IG. That's the way you can always find what the hell I'm doing. So, yo, much love to y'all. Keep it positive, keep pushing, keep persevering, stay in the present, not in the past, and don't trip on the future. It's only right here, right now. Do what you can, do your best. That's all you can do. And with that, much love, y'all. Raw low. We will see you next week, y'all. Peace.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, follow. From my city to your world. We are City World.